Hello, welcome to Big Wick Energy, a 100% automated copy trading bot fully managed by the Block Party trading team. It's exclusively available on Mizar, and if you want to get access, just head on over to mizar.ai, check out the marketplace, and we're right there. If you want a truly set and forget experience with automated trading, then this is for you. There is no monthly subscription. We only get paid if we win. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us grow and bring you more awesome content. Enough yapping, let's get into those trades. Okay, first thing is first, we're going to check out to see what BTC is doing. And right now we can see that we've broken through a pretty key resistance here, and most notably broken that 23K. So we have been rejected when we tested the 24K and we came back down for this retest, which is pretty encouraging. There's a lot of speculation around this being kind of an Adam and Eve pattern. But, at the end of the day, it's pretty much a glorified double bottom. But it's good, it's bullish, it is very positive. We are seeing a TD9 forming up here, so we just need to keep an eye on that one. But at the end of the day, what we need to basically ensure is that we stay above this, pretty much region around about 22,500, I would say. And then I think everything's going to be looking pretty green, at least for the coming few days anyway. So now that we know that Bitcoin is looking somewhat bullish, we're going to check out what the portfolio is doing. So first on the docket, we've got Coty. And this is actually an asset that falls outside of the top 100, which we usually trade within the top 100. This is around about 179, but it's got some awesome fundamentals behind it. And it's actually got some pretty big news coming with the hard fork announcement, which should be proposed around about the 2nd of August. But these things do move. However, it is looking pretty promising so far. We have actually filled one safety order and brought the average price down. We're going to stick to still the standardized 5% TP on this one. I'm not looking to get any kind of mega gains. Maybe I'm going to keep on following this news to see if we get any confirmation. But realistically, this trade's probably going to close out by the end of the day. We've also got a pretty notable breakout on the daily RSI here as well. So, yeah, this is looking bullish AF. That should, like I said, close pretty quickly. Next up, very similar scenario with DCR. No kind of news or fundamental basis behind it, but we have got a big breakout on the daily RSI, and also we've got a heap of divergences coming up there. Triple bottom, double bottom definitely, triple bottom arguably. And yeah, like I said, I have no qualms about this. We've not actually hit any safety orders on that one just yet, so we've got a lot of room to play with there. So we're going to leave that to go, not going to mess around with that one. I do actually have a pretty weighty target on that one of about 20%. I'm going to keep an eye on that one and might close it out if we do hit around about 10%, depending on what Bitcoin's looking like. Doge is somewhat in the spotlights at the moment, so is Elon Musk. We haven't picked up a safety order on that one just yet. So again, we've got a lot of room to play with. I'm leaving it at the standardized 5% for that one. I'm not going to push it too much. I'm kind of relying on this one for a bit of a catching a pump if and when it comes in, which I do think it will. I think Elon's probably going to start to shout about it quite a lot soon. Certainly with all of this, selling of the 75% of Bitcoin coming in, but he has, publicly said that, he's still holding on to Doge, which is pretty encouraging. Gala next up. Good project all around, like pretty much all projects in the top 100. But again, the main cause for this entry is this long-term daily RSI breakout. It's looking really good as well. We've got these nice divergences popping in. A lot of kind of bullish sentiment in the market anyway. We've got if we were to take this bottom just here, we've got one touch of that support. Again, on that support, almost tried to break out, but save that support as well. It's got pretty much a triple bottom. And this kind of real lovely descending wedge formation that we like to see. So once we break out of that, that's going to go straight to target. Got a pretty weighty TP on that one as well, sitting at around about 20%. So I think I'm just going to let that play out. GMT, we've got one safety order filled on this one, and we really tried, and that's what made me go in on this trade at the very first place when we tried to break out there, although got slapped back down, filled a safety order, and again, not particularly worried. I've got another safety order set just if it does come out of this trend line. Really, really, really not too worried about GMT whatsoever. I think this is going to quite comfortably hit target, especially if the market stays relatively bullish. HNT has been a bit of a problem child for since the 26th of June now, going in on this trade. And we've now onto the third safety order. So just kind of keep an eye on it. It's quite encouraging to see that we've just hit this pi cycle low as well. Pi cycle is quite a cool, Bitcoin specific indicator. Definitely, I'd say definitely check it out on TradingView. It's a free indicator, but it does a really good job of nailing like tops and bottoms. Of course, no indicator works 100% of the time, but what I am kind of liking at the moment is we're seeing a nice, encouraging trend line forming underneath. The market is looking still bullish. I'm not going to stretch targets out on this one. Going to keep it to 5%, and realistically, I just pretty much want to close that as soon as I can. ICP, we are going back to the daily trend line RSI breakouts. This has got a really, really nice textbook one as well. We are coming up to this trend line here. If you can see, it's touch there, and touch there now as well. So I'm pretty confident with this trade. I've got no worries. We're forming a nice little basis down here. As soon as we break out of this, I think that'll go straight to target. Got a pretty weighty take profit on that one. And we've only hit one safety order on there so far. So again, going to leave that to roll to 20%. Next up, LPT. We're going back to the old faithful daily RSI breakouts. And a lot of these ones, I've kind of got extended take profits on them because I do see them being pretty strong long term. So, in no major rush to close those ones out. And next up, we've got Mana. I love trading Mana because Metaverse at the moment just seems to be crushing it trading wise. Like as soon as it goes down, it's the first one to pop straight back up. But from completely TA point of view, it's looking very sound. We are currently in this triangle, consolidating triangle, as we are with most assets. So I kind of picked it up somewhere in the middle there, expecting a bit of a breakout at some point. To be honest, I did debate closing this when we're about 10% up, but that was just because I think I was just looking at it and thought, may as well do it. But I'm going to hold faith in this. I've got a feeling we are going to smash straight up back up to that 20% target pretty quickly. MKR USDT, good project, but again, the main basis for this one is the RSI daily breakouts. We can see what's going on here. We've got a bit of a triangle forming. We're probably going to rattle around in here for a little bit and wait for that breakout. Of course, if we do break down, I'll probably put my second SO just down here somewhere in this region, just towards the bottom, because I think if it does break out, then that's a pretty bearish indication. So I don't want to commit any capital too early on when we probably know it's going to go down a bit further on. Neo, this has got a textbook breakout on the RSI daily and heaps of bullish divergences. There's that kind of Adam and Eve looking pattern again, which seems to be doing the rounds on crypto Twitter and YouTube. So that's just looking pretty bullish. I've got a 20% target on there and expecting that to fully come in. Sand, these are just doing so well. One thing I forgot to mention about Mana is Dubai is making a massive push in the Metaverse. Organically, Sand and Mana are going to roll with that, but it'll be interesting to see what other Metaverse tokens kind of go in, because they will get dragged along. It can't just be Sand and Mana that pump from this. So we'll keep an eye on what gets dragged into that massive Dubai strategy they're doing. I think it's like 40,000 jobs or something crazy like that. But needless to say, that's going to boom. So, I would expect that Big Wick's going to be pretty Metaverse heavy during that whole kind of phase, obviously, because it's going to be free money. Don't quote me on that, obviously. SHIB, very same reason as Doge. I know Elon Musk doesn't particularly hold this, but he seems to be the kind of lord of the meme coins, and these things move in groups. I'm not going to go too hard into meme coins. Doge, SHIB, still going to remain within that top 100. But naturally, SHIB and Doge, they do kind of move together somewhat now. So I do feel that if Doge is going to go, SHIB will go with it. It's doing pretty well at the moment, so no qualms there. I'm going to leave it at a 5% target. We've not actually hit any safety orders on... No, we've hit one safety order on SHIB. So, the only thing I might do is move this safety order down slightly more because, if we do break out of this trend line, then it's going to look pretty bearish on the whole. But then I think that the whole market will probably be going at that point as well. SXP, we're going back to the whole daily trend line RSI breakout, big 20% target on that one. It's looking really good for the most part. And we're just going to let that roll. No changes there. XEC, This has been going for a couple of days. Do actually like this asset quite a lot, and it's always shown pretty good strength coming back from dumps. We are in this, you know, again, we've seen it loads on all these assets, and you'll see it a lot. This kind of like consolidating triangular formation where we're just waiting to see which way we come out at the end of it all. Obviously, there is a lot of bullish sentiment going on. Bitcoin's looking pretty good, so we're expecting a lot of these to pump. Thus, these kind of 20% targets, because if they're going to go pretty quickly. So we may as well capture that big move. And at the end of the day, I can just close it early if it feels like it's going to retrace somewhat. We've also got the confirmation of this big long-term RSI breakout. Not a biggest fan of these divergences that seem to be creeping in, but I'm not going to pay too much attention to those at the moment because they are kind of coming in within a consolidation period. So sometimes they can be a little bit of a false signal when you get divergences in such tight ranges, because it's really hard to identify poignant kind of pivot points in that respect, or waves, if you will. Next up, we've got one of the newbies for today, XMR, that went in. This just looked pretty good to me on the chart. We're seeing a pretty nice breakout of like local resistance, but the main thing here as well, we're working with DCA, so I'm not really too worried about this retracing a little bit, which it could do. We'll just pick that up, get the average buy down, and just get it out. We do actually have a pretty weighted target of about 8%. And this signal actually was based around the McFly indicator. So we got a nice little breakout on that one. And it was just looking all pretty good. XRP, I wanted to enter this one yesterday as it happened, but we just had a few too many trades on the board. Don't like being too overexposed. We have 30 slots. What we've got our allocation set to, and we're kind of at around about 20. Unless we're going full parabolic, I'm generally pretty nervous about opening it beyond about 25, unless we've kind of got a lot of long-term hodl positions going on, which realistically we're probably going to be populating with more and more over the coming days and weeks. XRP, it's looking all pretty positive in the case there, so we're going to keep this rolling. I have a 10% target at the moment because I'd quite like to get the first pump and then going for a much longer position on that one. But if we do get any kind of confirmation on XRP settlement, I'm very likely going to force through maybe 1 or 2 safety orders here to bulk out the position and really extend this target. So we're getting in a really strong position in XRP, and we pretty much know it's going to go up. So keep an eye on XRP. My ones to watch at the moment are Ethereum, Matic, and XRP. I don't have any Ethereum and Matic trades up at the moment because they just keep closing, which is a good thing. But we'll see what Bitcoin does today, and I might be adding an Ethereum and Matic position at some point today. Last but not least, ZEC, which is just a great asset here as well. We've got a nice long-term daily breakout on the RSI, which we can drop it down to actually here. And all we're looking for these breakouts is just little touches in a descending fashion, and then we're looking for a nice strong confirmation, ideally a bit of a retest on it, and that really helps kind of give a relative look at how the price is going. If you've got kind of divergences in there, then this is looking good. So SEC, we've got a big weighted target on there. Again, with all of my RSI daily breakouts, it's 20% as pretty much standard, as they are a little bit longer term, but really any of them could go at any point, and I don't want to miss that big pump. So all in all, things are looking pretty good. On reflection, our biggest gainers at the moment from sitting in there are Neo, Mana, Sand, SXP, Coty, are all looking really good and probably going to close at some point today. The ones to watch right now are HNT, and we also have this trade right here, which is TRX down. Now, the down tokens are pretty cool because it means that from this spot bot, we can actually trade down. I think this is specifically on Binance, so very sorry FTX users and KuCoin users. But we can trade BTC, BNB, Link, TRX, Ethereum, and it's pretty cool, because then they move at 3x compared to the actual spot market. So we can get a few little short scalps in there as well. I don't like to overcommit, but generally, like this TRX trade right here, I'm just using it as a bit of a hedge at the moment. So if we do see any dumps, at least we're making some profit on the way down. And like I said, it's all DCA, so we're really not too worried. And worst case scenario, if we do start to hit some real bad patches, I can just close them. Anyway, that rounds up Friday's Big Wick Energy portfolio. You know where to find us on myzar.ai. It is free to log on and try out. We only charge you if we win. And remember to give us a like and a subscribe.